This is Earl White. This is a video about the documents to collect when you're buying and selling property in a homeowner association, so a condominium or townhouse association. This has been really big and growing in New Jersey for the last 5 to 10 years. So more and more of my clients, I'm sure clients of realtors out there, are now involved in buying and selling these type of properties. The 5 documents that I recommend collecting are the master deed, the bylaws, the rules and regulations, the most recent financial statement with cash reserves, and the annual budget. The master deed is essentially the constitution of the association. It's going to outline the description of the land. It's going to have a survey not only of the whole property but also of the individual units. It's going to identify the individual units and also will include some voting rights. At the same time as the master deed is filed with the county, also bylaws will accompany it. The bylaws go into more detail in the master deed, so it's going to cover the leadership structure, how the leaders of the HOA are voted in, how they're compensated, and what are their powers. It also is going to include information on the format of meetings, how meetings are scheduled for the entire homeowner association members, when they're scheduled, what are the notice requirements, how to call special meetings. The bylaws are also going to outline the powers of the HOA. So for example, that is going to include the right to take out a mortgage, the right to borrow against the entire property. It's going to include the right to do repairs and also the right to monitor the common areas. The bylaws also outline how dues will be charged and also how special assessments will be paid and charged to the members. The bylaws will also talk about if you don't pay your dues and you don't pay the special assessments, what are going to be the penalties for that. Bylaws also address record keeping. Every HOA in New Jersey has to maintain books that are available for examination to the members. And also included in the bylaws are dispute resolution. For most HOAs, you can't run straight to court if there's a dispute. You either have a meeting among the members of the HOA with either the board or other members deciding the issue. If that's not acceptable, oftentimes the issue will go to arbitration and only as a last resort go to court. After the bylaws, you also want to collect the rules and regulations. The rules and regulations are going to get more detail to help a client know exactly what it's going to be like to live there. They have rules regarding parking and traffic, laundry, trash removal. They outline what you can put on the outside of your property and display on the outside, what construction and renovation you can do on the inside of the property, and storage rules. Beyond those rules, regulations, and bylaws, you also want to collect financial documentation on the HOA to make sure the HOA is being run responsibly. First, like I said before, you want to get an up-to-date recent financial statement showing the cash reserves. If cash reserves are low, most likely you're at risk of getting hit with a special assessment or that the HOA is just not being managed properly. In addition to the recent financial statement, almost all HOAs have an annual budget, and that will help you understand what projects are on the horizon, and that will also help identify what costs you're likely going to get hit with in the near future.